Okay, Mr. Castillo. Go ahead. Can I have a round of applause louder, please?
Is this my time? I remember my first was at the lab house that was 3 or 4 years old when they talk about the fresh coconut industry. And now I'm going to talk about how to do a coconut house. Now, the title itself is clear. A coconut house. So it's generic. And how to do, well, as Ting Ting mentioned, how to do is another way of saying do it yourself, DIY. And that's familiar when you do YouTube, DIY. Well, this is also DIY. How to do HDD. First, how did we come up with the coconut house? As a generic term? No. It's more familiar as a particular place, a name for a particular place. It's called coconut house. And we opened it 11 years ago. That's 2008. 2008. And the place is Quezon City. So this is coconut house in Quezon City, opened in 2008. Now, before 2008, were there coconut houses? Yes, but people were not aware that there were coconut houses long before 2008. And for my presentation, you might recall where these other coconut houses are, or where. Now, coconut house, we first opened it. I don't know if you're familiar with Katipunan. There's a street there, Estebanabata. That's just a block away. We opened coconut house there in 2008. If you visit the corner of Estebanabata and what's that street, it's still there. Coconut house. We stopped operating it temporarily after more than a year and transferred to Quezon Memorial Circle. If you're familiar with Quezon Memorial Circle, it's in Quezon City. Quezon it's a park. It's a shrine in honor of Manuel Quezon. It's a park, and it's part. One of the shops there is coconut house. Now, coconut house, this particular coconut house, is a project of the Philippine Coconut Society, of which I am president, and which we formed 15 years ago. Philippine Coconut Society. It's not an NGO. It's just a group of coconut enthusiasts, advocates, particularly advocates for the coconut farmers of the Philippines, advocates for the new coconut industry and new coconut agriculture. We are very particular about that. Because when we talk about coconut, and you refer to PCA, Philippine Coconut administration, anachronism, anak.
Hindi kasi hindi bagay sa sitwasyon natin kaya anachronism.
Okay.
So you must emulate and change it.
Yeah, yes. Coconut, it refers either to the old agricultural industry and the new. I represent the new. The new. So it is the members here are like me. What am I?
Good looking.
Good looking, yes. I used to teach in college. I studied economics. I teach economics. And well, you can say I'm an intellectual, or but I turned to entrepreneurship. About 29 years ago, I put up an ice cream business in enterprise specializing in coconut frozen delights. And that all began, simultaneously, I organized the Philippine Coconut Society to represent the coconut farmers because we want to serve the coconut farmers of the Philippines who represent 1/3 of the Philippine population, and they're the poorest of all farmers, the poorest of Filipinos. So that's it. If Ruel and Nina, they visited Coconut House about few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and they're in Guava. Guava, they have a guava plantation in Batangas, and I reminded them there are so many coconut trees in their farm. Why don't you also give focus to the coconut trees? Not only guava. Well, guava is part of coconut agriculture. In fact, why? Because coconut agriculture is not a monocrop agricultural system. It's, in fact, the only multi-crop agricultural system in the Philippines. If you have coconut trees in 1 hectare, say 100 trees, in that 1 hectare with 100 trees, you can plant rice, corn, bananas, coffee, cacao, guava, and all the bahay kubo vegetables. It's multi-crop. People are bewildered. How can we plant rice in coconut farms? Of course, the trees are 10 meters apart. 10 meters is between this and there, yung end ng building na ito. And have you been to Louisiana or Tayabas or Iloilo, Cotabato, and everywhere? Rice lands under coconut trees. Coconut trees with rice. Meaning, we have to do away with monocropping. Monocrop agriculture was introduced by the American colonial regime, and this is what they term conventional agriculture. After after a century, more than 100 years, let's do away with monocropping. Did you know that if you have rice in 1 hectare, you can plant 50 coconut trees within that 1 hectare without producing the rice. And from the 50 coconut trees, the rice farmer can earn 1 million pesos per year. And from the rice, they just earn about 20 to 30,000 per year. But it does not mean that the rice farmer should stop doing rice. No. Rice and coconut are tandems. There should be rice and coconut together. And that would include coffee, cacao, pineapple, bananas, or other crops. And that's what the Philippine Coconut Society is all about. We advocate multi-cropping. We want to put an end to the monocrop agricultural system, which for more than 100 years, the American colonial regime has established, and still it is being promoted by the governments of this republic. So that's what Philippine Coconut Society is about. So what is Coconut House? It is a showcase of all the products of the coconut farmers in the new coconut agriculture and the new coconut industry. You go to Coconut House and you'll have a view, you'll have an orientation, an introduction to what coconut farmers are doing in the new orientation, and which every one of us, every visitor can also do on our own. Not only in the farms, we can do it in Quezon City or in any urban area where we live. Why? But this means coconut, when you say coconut, coconut farmers, coconut farm, it does not pertain only to the provinces, to the rural areas. Did you know that in Metro Manila, there are at least 1 million coconut trees? Nobody is aware of that. In fact, coconut trees are all over, but we don't see them. They have no value. Parang ano lang yan eh. Parang decoration lang eh. Diba? But if we plant, if all houses, if all homes in the Metro Manila area will plant at least 1 coconut trees, wow. I estimate we will have 50 million coconut trees in Metro Manila. Now, is that a farmland, Metro Manila? No. But we can convert it into a coconut area together with our condos in BGC and Makati. Even in this place, I already estimated it. We can plant 20 coconut trees inside this enclave. What I mean is, coconut is everywhere. So we must think coconut. So I'm encouraging Ruel and Nina to include coconut in their guava. Now, Nina brought this morning their specialty. Natikman nyo na ba yung guava jelly? Guava jelly. Titikman natin ngayon. Kasi I suggested that they combine, isama nila yung coconut sa kanilang guava jelly. Ang dami lang coconut dun sa kanilang Batangas farm. Hindi ko alam kung meron na, pero titikman natin ngayon. I brought with me coconut ice cream. Have you tried coconut ice cream?
Yes.
Tikman nyo na?
Not all.
Coconut House is the only producer of coconut ice cream in the Philippines. So while you are listening to me, ito, guava jelly ni Ruel at Nina sa San Luis, Batangas. Titikman natin, ha? Okay. Gusto nyo na tikman yung ice cream ngayon habang nag-uusap tayo?
Yes.
Dito.
This is not makapuno. No.
Makapuno?
It's not makapuno, is it?
What is makapuno?
It's a fruit. It's a seed coconut. That's a seed.
Disease? No. Please. Disease means cancer and typhoid. No. Makapuno is abnormal coconut. You're so enamored with makapuno. Well, there's something beautiful with abnormality. Coconuts are like human beings. In a 10,000 group of coconut trees, there is one or two trees which will bear one or two makapuno. These are abnormal fruits. Abnormal why? There's no juice, but instead a jelly inside, and the meat is so it's soft. Everybody knows makapuno. Well, we humans, we also have makapunos. In my clan, Castillo, Lopez, well, I have cousins who are abnormals, no? They are weird. Well, these are makapuno. So you know now, makapuno is abnormal coconut fruit, but it is delicious.
What causes it? What causes it?
What causes it? Nature, genetics. Okay? Now, you savor the taste of pure coconut ice cream. This is made from coconut milk, otherwise called gata. Gata, it's raw coconut milk, which when you pasteurize, it becomes coconut milk. Gata is raw, you pasteurize it, it becomes coconut milk. And it is made of coconut milk and coconut water and coconut sugar.
Are you supposed to take it with a guava jelly?
Guava jelly, later. Well, they have to confirm first if this contains coconut.
This ice cream is delicious.
Very good.
Yeah.
If it has coconut sugar, how come it's not brown?
How come it's not brown? Oh, here's another, we have to correct some concepts, no? When you say coconut sugar, in your mindset, it is brown. No. We have white coconut sugar, pale coconut sugar, light brown, dark brown, and very dark brown.
This is sugar.
That's made from coconut sugar.
Coconut sugar.
Coconut sugar, and the color is off-white.
June, this is for
Off-white,
diabetic.
off-white.
June, for sa diabetic. This is good. It's coconut.
Coconut sugar is good for diabetics and non-diabetics. The sugar that is bad for diabetics and non-diabetics
Cane sugar.
is cane sugar, tubo.
And corn, zero.
Tubo. Cane sugar is poison, and that's the cause of diabetes, kidney, and other organ failures. But then it is being claimed as sugar. So when you say sugar, it's cane sugar. But nowadays there is a new kind of sugar. It's coconut sugar, and this is the opposite. It's healthy. Now I like to repeat very briefly what I already told you a few sessions ago. If you have 1 hectare of coconut farm, 1 hectare with just 100 trees, and you have another hectare of sugar cane. So the same, 1 hectare, here 100 coconut trees, and the other one sugar cane. The coconut hectare can produce more sugar than the sugar cane hectare. 5 times more sugar than the sugar cane hectare.
Really?
Just FYI for your information. So it's not true that cane sugar can only be the source, the only source of sugar. We have coconut sugar, where you can get sugar from your farm at the same time, milk, and other products.
So financially, we can write that, Mr. Gomez. Can we make money from that? Coconut sugar. Find my sugar cane. I can kill my sugar cane. Put on my coconut. Can I make money? Can I write down the feasibility?
Ernie, use your coconut. I just told you. 1 hectare of coconut versus 1 hectare of cane. the coconut hectare can produce more sugar than the sugarcane hectare, and 5 times more. In the sugarcane, you have to plant every year, plant. In the coconut hectare, all you have to do is harvest.
Okay.
Harvest, and between the coconut trees, you can plant other crops.
Okay, may I comment on Ernie, because Ernie keeps on calling me Mr. Gomez. So I hope you will not call me Mr. Gomez, or I will call you Dr. Ordonez. I will have a suggestion, comment on that after the talk.
Okay, the last point. I use my coconut because revenue does not equal profit. So I'm saying that yes, we can make money, right? Because I love that. Because when you say it makes 5 times
Please
more,
talk into the mic if you,
Yeah, I'm using
only
my-
clarification, okay? Go ahead.
right. Yeah, okay. I'm using my coconut because even though coconut makes 5 times the sugar or 5 times the volume of sugar cane, that's called possible revenue. But we're all business people, it's profit. So if in fact the cost is also lower and you make more profit, then that's something my friend Senor Gomez can write up. No, I'm serious. No, it's fantastic. Fantastic.
You in sugarcane, you plant every year, and you put fertilizer every year, and you poison the soil. While in coconut, you don't plant because it's already there. You just harvest.
You just have to wait.
And harvest.
You have to
Thank
wait
you, thank
until it's mature,
Thank
okay? And you let him finish his presentation, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
How? Going back to the coconut house. Here, you can have a view of all the coconut products that the coconut farmer and anyone, including us here, can produce in our land. The land cannot be a farm in the hinterlands, it can be in Metro Manila or anywhere within the Philippine archipelago. All the coconut products, how many coconut products? Theoretically, 1,001, but in coconut house, you can just have a view of just 800 coconut products, main products. And that includes coconut milk, coconut ice cream, and that includes coconut butter, coconut cheese, coconut sugar, coconut flour,
Nectar.
coconut nectar. You mentioned coconut nectar.
How about
Toilets. Dito. Toilets. Ilabas mo yung coconut nectar para meron silang drink. Now here's another product of the coconut farmers that you can find in coconut house. Okay? Now because we are enjoying it right now, this becomes a coconut house, a coconut place, this place. Now here is a,
Is that coconut house made of coconut lumber? No.
I'm sorry, no. We are averse to the use of coconut lumber.
Okay, very good.
No, because coconut lumber, you use the bark or the trunk. When we, if we do that, then it's like we are advocating the cutting of coconut trees. Now remember, PCS is not PCA. PCA stands for Philippine Cocoa Lumber Authority. Philippine Cocoa Lumber Authority. Cocoa lumber, one word. Yeah, PCA. We have not PCA.